Today we're going to talk about composing and decomposing polygons to find area. Now you might think composing and decomposing talks about zombies or something, and you'd be right, but today for the purposes of this we're going to talk about math. Composing means to put together and decomposing means to take apart. So the first thing we're going to do, if we want to find the area of this whole weirdo shape, we need to break it down into parts that we can easily find the area for. So if we draw a line right here, you see now you have a rectangle and a triangle. And you know that this is about halfway. So if you see this is 10 feet and it's about halfway, you know this guy's got to be 5 feet and this guy's got to be 5 feet, right? So now, if you remember, the area of a rectangle is base times height. The base is 5 feet. The height is 5 feet. So the area of that rectangle is 25 feet squared. Oh, remember to write your squared up here. So let's just go ahead and circle that so we can remember it later. Then the triangle. So if you know this guy's 5 feet and you know this guy's 5 feet, the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So then you have 5 times 5 divided by 2, which equals 12.5, because 5 times 5 is 25, and divided by 2 is 12.5. So then there's that. So circle that little guy. Now, to compose them, you're going to add them together. So we've got 25 feet, and then we have 12.5 feet. So put the decimal 0 there just so you can line them up. And it's 37.5 feet squared is your answer for the whole thing. Don't forget your feet squared because we're looking at a 2D shape. Now, let's say you only want to know the area of this colored in part. Well, that's not too hard because if we add it over here, we're just going to subtract over here. So the first step is you find the area of the whole thing, the whole rectangle. So remember, base times height, so 20 times 10 equals 200 feet squared. Then we got the trapezoid on the inside. And the area for a trapezoid is base 1 plus base 2, then multiply it times height and divide all that by 2. So base 1 and base 2 are 2 plus 7 times the height, which is this line right here. So I had to write it down here because you couldn't see it inside. So it's 3. And then you divide all that by 2. 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So 27 divided by 2 equals, you guessed it, 13.5 feet squared. But remember, this is the whole thing. This is that white shape. We only want to know the colored in part. So then you're going to take 200 and subtract 13.5 because that's the whole thing minus the shape you don't want. Put a decimal 0 so we can do the math. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 3 is 6. 9 minus 1 is 8, and 1 minus 0 is 1. So your answer is 186.5 feet squared. And that is how you compose or put together shapes to find the area, and decompose or take apart shapes to find the area.